Okay, here's our story for today. It is the Seven Chinese Sisters, and it's written by Kathy Tucker and illustrated by Grace Lynn. There we go. Once upon a time, there were seven Chinese sisters who lived together and took care of each other. Each sister had shining black hair and sparkling eyes. Each stood straight and tall except for the seventh sister, who was just a baby. But the sisters were all very different. The first sister could ride a scooter fast as the wind. Second sister knew karate, kick, chop, hey-ya! The third sister could count to 500 and beyond. Fourth sister could talk to dogs. Fifth sister could catch any ball, no matter how fast and how high it was thrown. Sixth sister could cook the most delicious noodle soup in the world. And seventh sister, no one was really sure yet what she could do, as she was so little she had never spoken even one word. Far away across the bridge, through a forest and up a mountain, lived a terrible dragon. One day he woke up very hungry. He took a big sniff, 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 and smelled something wonderful. It was Six Sisters noodle soup. Down the mountain, over the forest, and across the bridge flew the dragon straight to the seven sisters' house. The sisters were so busy they didn't see him coming. First sister was polishing her scooter. Second sister was practicing for her black belt. Third sister was counting grains of rice. Fourth sister was talking to a stray beagle. Fifth sister was throwing a ball up a mile or so and catching it. Sixth sister had just stepped into the pantry to get some more noodles. And seventh sister was crawling around the kitchen floor. When the dragon peeked in the kitchen door and saw plump little seventh sister, he forgot all about the soup. Instead, he snatched up the baby. Help! Then he flew back over the bridge in the forest, up the mountain and into his cave. But as soon as the dragon set seventh sister down, he was just going to get some salt. She said her first word ever, and it was an excellent word. It was, help. The six sisters had just started to look for the seventh sister when they heard her call, and they knew her voice. Seventh sister's in trouble, cried first sister, leaping on her scooter. We must save her. The other sisters hung on behind, pulled by first sister, who was strong as well as fast. The sisters sped across the bridge. Beyond, the deep forest, filled with many trees, so many, third sister counted them by twos. Now seventh sister's cries were louder. The sisters headed up the mountain and soon reached the dragon's cave. Help! 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 They could smell smoke and hear the most awful roars. Fourth sister listened carefully. Dragons do not talk exactly like dogs, but she could still understand a little. The dragon was roaring. "There's no use calling for help. You're going to be my supper." And suddenly, seventh sister shouted her second word ever, which was no. "Bow wow rough," said the sister. "If you don't bring her out, sir, you'll regret it," called the fourth sister in her best dog language. The dragon stopped roaring. What was that girl yelling? And all he could understand was, "Bring her out, sir." But no one had ever tried to talk to him before, and he was so curious, he picked up seventh sister and he rushed outside. Second sister stepped forward. Then, fast as lightning, she leapt into the air, slapped the dragon on the chin, and shouted, "Hee-yah!" The dragon was so surprised that, whoop, the second sister flew out of his mouth. Back, back, back ran the fifth sister. Back, 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 and reaching up, 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 she caught the seventh sister neatly, like a fly ball. Oh my. While the dragon saw that his dinner was gone, he fell to the ground sobbing. "Hungry, hungry," he whimpered. And the fourth sister understood him perfectly, because the word hungry is exactly the same for dragons as it is for dogs. "He's starving," she explained. And now all the sisters could see he was quite skinny and sort of sad. "Tomorrow, sixth sister can bring him some soup," first sister said. "But we have got to get seventh sister home. She's all worn out and she needs her diaper changed." "Sisters, go home," cried Baby, who was learning to talk very quickly now. First sister put seventh sister on her back and hopped on the scooter. The other sisters hung on behind, and they whizzed past as fast as the wind down the mountain. But when they reached the forest, first sister stopped. Now that they didn't have seventh sister's cries to guide them, how could they find their way through all of these trees? "Don't worry," said third sister. "I counted the trees when we came. We must go past 500. And so, when third sister had counted 500 trees, by twos, the seventh sisters came to the bridge. Oops. They scooted across and back to their house, where they had a wonderful meal of six sisters' delicious noodle soup. And what did the seventh sister do when she grew